You made it! Welcome! What a great decision. I think it's awesome that you're here, and I am so excited to take this journey with you. It's going to be amazing. So, first things first, well done, you made the right choice. You obviously want to start playing drums and you want to have fun at the same time. This is exactly what I am here to do with you. Let's have fun together. I'm not going to try and bombard you with things that might bore you. But the most important thing is that you learn and that you enjoy it. Most important thing. So I think we set to go, man. Let me just quickly say a few things. The first week is going to be more about how to get around the drum kit, how to know what each instrument does, and also just to get familiar with a metronome. Let me just quickly explain to you what a metronome is. A metronome is a click that you normally hear when you set a song up for a certain tempo. A tempo is let's say a song is 100 BPMs, it means the song is 100 beats per minute. So it would go bang, bing, bing, bing. If you hear your favorite song and you normally tap your foot on that song is in tempo. It's in a certain tempo. So that's how we will calculate or determine what the beats per minute is that we're going to be playing our songs on. I'm going to do a lot of popular songs. Just off the bat, I want to say that it's not always going to be your favorite song, but I will try my very best in the beginning to do as much of the best songs or the most popular songs that are out there. As we progress with this journey, as we progress with this course, I will obviously start including choices of songs that you can choose to do. But I think for now, while we get to learn the drum kit, get to learn how to play with the metronome, get to learn how to just do a basic beat, it's important that we just get a song that sounds nice. And believe me, when you can play this song for the first time, you will feel amazing. I wish when I was a kid that I had this opportunity to do this. So without further ado, welcome to drumtunes.com. I'm going to, in this week's course, include a download link to a click track that you can sit and practice with. But I'm going to go onto the drum kit now. I'm going to show you around and we'll take it from there. Let's go. Alright, so here we are at the drum kit. I am playing on an electronic drum kit. You probably will be playing on an acoustic kit, but everything applies exactly the same. So on the electronic kit, everything is in exactly the same place as it normally is on the acoustic kit. Now, every person's style or setup is different to how you prefer to play. You get guys playing on the left-hand side, you get guys playing on the right-hand side. I am a right-handed drummer, so everything I do on the right with my right hand, for those guys who play or girls who play with their left hand, you just follow or do it with your left hand. Alright, so on my electronic kit, I have pretty much exactly the same as you would have on a basic acoustic drum kit. So I'm going to show you what all the instruments are here and exactly how I use them in a normal song setup. Alright, so first of all, it's what I call the cornerstone of a drum kit is the beat keeper, and this is the kick drum or bass drum as they call it. Alright, the bass drum is the instrument that normally keeps the whole groove together. It has that bottom end drive to any song. You know, when you normally sit and you tap your foot to your favorite song, it's the bass drum. So let's say I'm thinking about a song, it's got a groove like, you know, it's got a groove like this, and it's go. I'm tapping my feet, but now I'm using a real instrument to actually tap my feet on. Next up is the snare drum. So we have the bass drum, the biggest one, the one that makes the deepest noise. Then we have the snare drum. The snare drum is the instrument that also keeps it together with the bass drum. So normally on a song you would go, you have the rhythm going, and then you fill it in with the snare drum. Alright, so that's the snare drum. Then we have the hi-hat. Now, the bass drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat, they work together all the time. And this is what actually puts the whole sound or the whole groove together. You will be playing mostly on these instruments. And together, I just want you to hear how it sounds. If we play a normal groove. Alright, so this is what you're going to be using the most when you play drums. This is your most important instruments. Okay, so we'll move on. So we have the bass drum, snare drum, hi-hat cymbals. This is a cymbal. All the metal elements on your acoustic kit, this is rubber now, I know, but on your acoustic kit, these are all cymbals. They are the metal disc objects that is called cymbals. They are the high-pitched instruments to fill in the music. So you get your hi-hat cymbals. Now on an acoustic kit, the hi-hat, it's two cymbals that sit on top of each other like this. If you have an acoustic kit, you can have a look at that. When you close them, they make this foot sound. When you play closed, it sounds like this. When you play open, it sounds like this. This is for that hard rock songs like. You know, that kind of drivey, hard rock kind of songs. So, closed, open hi-hat. Then we'll move over to the toms. I did not come to these yet, I'll get there now. So we have, normally on an acoustic kit or a normal kit, a 5-piece kit is a tom 1, tom 2, and tom 3. Or floor tom. Alright? Okay, so these are the toms, snare drum, kick drum, and what is this one? Yes, you are right, it's the hi-hats. Now, let's move over to the crash. This is the crash cymbal. This is you normally crash your stick into it when you play a groove. So it sounds like that. Crash cymbal is normally that accents like a certain part of a song. So if you play like a groove and you want to just accent a certain part of that song, you just go. The kick drum and the crash cymbal goes together. They always play together for me. If you get more advanced, you can use it in different applications, or you can use this alone in certain parts or whatever. But in the beginning, learn that your kick drum and your crash cymbal, they go together. It's always together, alright? Then, over here, we have the right cymbal. The one on your right-hand side is the right cymbal. Alright, you get the normal, the cymbal, the right, and then you get the bell. Alright, so normally the closed hat would be my verse setup, and when you move over to the right, it is your chorus setup. So the verse setup would be, you can feel that everything is softer, and then when you move over to the chorus setup, you feel it more open. So we'd have the chorus setup here. Alright, so I'm going to go through it one more time. This is the bass drum or kick drum or kick, snare drum or snare, hi-hat cymbals or hats, tom 1, tom 2, floor tom, crash, ride. And there you go. This is all you need to become a rock star. Okay, so now that you know how the drum kit looks and how every instrument is, what every instrument is called, learn it. Okay. Now you probably ask yourself, dude, when are we going to start playing tunes, man? All I want to say is hold just a little bit longer. I just want you to understand how the kit looks, how it works, and I also want you to understand the metronome before we start playing, because to me it's a very, very important part of our whole journey together. So hold your horses, let's crawl first, then walk, and then we charge on out of here. What do you say about that? Okay, so I normally use my phone as a metronome because there are so many hundred apps on the App Store or Google Play Store that you can download a metronome. I use a application called Metronome by Soundbrenner. That is Metronome by Soundbrenner. I'm not endorsed by them or anything. It's a free app. You can use it. But the nice thing about this app is it has like a little wheel that can scroll your tempo up and down, which is so much faster than actually tapping the thing in, you know. So what I want to do is I'm just going to put my tempo down to about 80. There, 80 beats per minute. I just want you to have a look, have a listen how it sounds. Alright, I'm just going to grab my stick. So, listen. This is 80 beats per minute. And if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you listen carefully, the accent is on the 1. So count with me if you will. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is how a metronome sounds, and this is what you need to be able to be comfortable with to play these songs. If you hear a song, let me just stop this. If you hear a song on radio, they always play with a metronome, most of the times. I probably guess there's a few songs that the guys just come into the studio, sit together and whack it down. That's great, that's awesome, but for most cases people play with a metronome. You as a drummer need to be able to play with a metronome. It's very important. So I'm going to tap with my stick on my knee, and I would like for you to do the same thing. So I'm just going to put it same tempo, 80 beats per minute, and I'm just going to tap with it on the beat. So here we go. All right. So this is called whole notes. Whole notes is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is whole notes. All right. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Now, in the beginning you might struggle. It might be a little bit hard for you to do this, but practice makes perfect. Just get it on that tempo message. Alright? Just keep. It's like you tap your foot to a song, right? Just like that. Okay, now if we want to play a groove on the drum kit, you normally have to play 2 shots with your right hand for every beat that you hear here. So let me play it to you. It sounds like this. Here's 1. Now I'll double time that on the stick. Here we go. Do that. Alright, so I want you to sit with a metronome on your phone. Get the app. It's called Metronome by Soundbrenner. It's a very easy app to use, very, very easy. And just set the tempo down to 80 and play it again. 3, 4. And this will help you just to get familiar with tempo and not to speed up or slow down. If this is a little bit too fast for you, take the tempo down. I mean, I can take the tempo down to, let's say, 70 BPMs, and this is how that sounds. So it's slower. And if I double that up on the stick, on my right hand, here we go. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So what you need to do is do that every day for about 10 minutes in our first week. Do it 10 minutes every day. Start slow, start from about 70 beats per minute, and then work your way up to about wherever you feel comfortable. So you play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... Alright, so do that for me. I know it sounds boring and everything, but just stick with me on this one, and we'll do our first song next week. But it'll take some time from you, let's say about 10 minutes every day, just to play with the metronome, get the metronome in there and just work with it, try and get familiar with it, make the metronome your friend. And I will see you next week. Enjoy. If you have any questions, put a comment below and I will reply as soon as I can. Enjoy, guys. Cheers.